what do we have here, ladies and gentlemen of the jury? We have a convicted criminal tonight. I'm dressed up for the funeral. I'm sure you all are. You're probably expecting an emotional speech. I have something prepared. But whilst we're at it, I didn't expect to turn up to a game in a Champions League semi-final after watching the quality, the authenticity, the individual brilliance that we witnessed last night. I didn't expect in this competition to watch and witness a team do long throws, play for corners and crosses like prime Stoke City under Tony Pulis, like Kenwyne Jones, Peter Crouch, Ryan Shawcross, Rory Delap. I wasn't expecting this. You see, what you've done tonight is not only have you lost, but you've lost in a nasty way. Because you didn't play the Arsenal way. You didn't come with class. You didn't come with style. It wasn't va-va-voom. For me, you got what you deserved. This is a competition where the finest, they dine. And they dine with a knife and a fork. And in fact, if you've ever worked in a hotel, there tends to be a dessert spoon and a soup spoon and plenty of other forks and knives as well. The cutlery is endless. You eat with etiquette, napkins. You pat your mouth. Make sure there's no crumbs. You lot eating with your hands like extraterrestrials, like animals. And for me, the football gods have spoken. They spoke yesterday with entertainment, both teams, round of applause. And tonight, they spoke again. Beautiful. If I do say so myself, and I do, Desiree do, and we will talk about you too soon. But right now, it's a great day. Your funeral for the season, you return to England on your flight. I don't care if it's economy or first class, but you will return. And when you do, them 67 points are staring you in the face. And you will be there. And we will be there. And God forbid you don't finish second. So this is a great time to be alive. Fair play to PSG. First of all, congratulations. Thank you. Knocking out every English team. Bonjour, mes amis. Je suis métis. Je m'appelle en anglais. Un, deux, trois. That's what I have to say to you. Thank you so much. We break bread tonight as we beat with the baguette these Arsenal fans and players. They deserve a beating. They deserve licks. You didn't give them, I respect it. You didn't give them licks tonight. You 2-1, respectful, graceful, class. You could have scored more. I'm a little bit annoyed at times that you didn't. Chances were missed. Food wasn't finished. It was a wonderful meal, but there could have been a serious super Sunday supper. You know what I mean? And it might be this weekend for Liverpool. But, you know, we could have really had the last supper tonight. We really could have. We could have dined, broke bread together. Look at the crunch on it. Listen to it. This is real bread. This is real bread. This is not Hovis. Yeah? This is real bread. This is fresh bread, baked bread, out the oven. And let me tell you something. To watch hope drain from that team tonight, they started fast and furious. That franchise is dead. But they started fast and furious. And PSG had to get through that first 5-10 minutes. And I saw you struggling. Because you wasn't expecting, no one was expecting these men to turn up to the Last Supper, eating with their hands. Talking. All that talk. To eat with their hands. And to chew with their mouth open. No one was expecting the lack of decorum that Arsenal showed in those first 30 minutes. But here is what it is. You got to cater to your guests. So what did we do? We defend. And so we did. And excellently, may I say. On the ground, PSG had Arsenal. In the air, Donnarumma coming out, collecting what he could. Fighting for every flight. Yeah? And then, as the game goes on, the transitions, the counters. Desiree Doué, I'm going to call you Dizzy Doué because you weren't really stable today. I'm not going to lie. You weren't secure. You weren't stable. The way you was ruining counters and not finishing your food, the strikes on goal, Kvaratskhelia hitting the post. I was wondering, what's going on here? But at long last, that first goal goes in. The hardest strike of the first half in terms of difficulty crashes into the back of the net. Fabian Ruiz, thank you. Thank you that you delivered when others didn't. Left foot strike, clean as a whistle, into the corner of the goal. And PSG take the lead. And then we can all settle down. Then we can all have the breathing techniques that we were taught. Now we can all start to breathe and to calm down and to get our heart rate to where it should be and to, this is what we do. As haters, as committed haters. And listen, I know, Arsenal fans, you're not going to click this video. I know some of you, you know what's coming. You know what I'm cooking. You know I'll be chefy queffy in the kitchen, so you don't really want to be here. Well, you will find this video somehow, some way. The algorithm will find you. Don't run. If not tonight, you'll watch it tomorrow morning. If not tomorrow morning, you'll watch it on Friday. Funky Friday, yeah? We will be there. Trust me, I will find you. I'm on multiple platforms for a reason. If you don't hear me speak today, you will feel tomorrow. Trust, yeah? Served and settled with that first goal. But we always want to, don't we? And when PSG didn't convert that penalty in the second half, I said, hey, who do I need to slap to get a second goal here? Who do I need to beat with this baguette? Because I am at my tether. I'm at my last tether. I'm trying to put up with the foolishness in the front line, but I'm losing my rag. That is a penalty. That is a Hall of Shame penalty. And I'm not going to let you get away with it just because we won. We. Listen, if we didn't win today, you would be gone tomorrow. I'm telling you, I don't even need to say too much more. The Ultras would have taken care of you, sunshine. You do not take a penalty like in a Champions League semi-final like that. Walking, waltzing, crawling to the spot and not hitting it with any placement or power. Woke nonsense. Hit your penalties with pride. Hit your penalties with conviction. Hit them like Frankie Lampard, Stevie G, etc., etc. Put some pace and power behind the ball. But it is what it is. Luckily for you, the second goal came. And boy, oh boy, when it came, I think I came. I think we all came. I ain't even going to pause. 2-0. At this point, I'm putting the flags back up. Because when the penalty, I'm not going to lie, PSG fans, when the penalty was missed, I did start ripping down some flags. I did start throwing my toy out the pram. I apologize. The emotions got to me. I needed to calm down. I needed to calma. But when that second goal went in, I said, yo, let me put them flags back up. Let me put them flags back up. Let me get that top. Put it back where it belongs. Yeah? Heritage. And I wish you the best of luck in the final because you have delivered. We came into this game as a people, as a community, as one. And we all got together. We said our prayers. I played Amazing Grace at the start of the watch-along. I'm not going to play it again. But I'm just saying, we all came together in unison and we all handled our business. I said today was about business. Yesterday was a party. Today was about business. Today was about tax write-off. Today was about, it meant something to me. It means more to me. Do you know what I mean? Today was important. We can have our entertainment, our party yesterday. We had the goals. Today I wanted efficiency. I wanted the fundamentals. I wanted the determination, the grit, and they gave it. They gave it on the pitch, and they gave it with the tifo at the beginning of the game. That is how you create a home atmosphere. That is how you rock the world. That is how the Parc des Princes sings. We love to see it. Va-va-voom, s'il vous plaît, and I wish you the best of luck in the final against Inter Milan because I feel like I am now indebted to you. As for Arsenal, Let me explain the rules, because there was a clear miscommunication in the second half. We understand that you're tired, that you're dead on your feet. Your initial tactic hasn't worked out. Maybe Arteta was thinking this was going to be some brilliant, evil scheme, talking like he was going to beat Enrique. But when it didn't work, and those crosses didn't lead anywhere, and those corners and those long throws, Thomas Partey is your name, Rory Delap. Because I thought today you were going to be in midfield punching passes through the press, punching passes in between the lines. Little did I know this man would be taking long throws all game long. And even so, on the 94th minute with 60 seconds to go, when we already know who's dead, when we already know who the funeral's for, and we are trying to let you go peacefully, close your eyes. You know the two fingers? Shut your eyes. Close them. Rest. You're still choking, coughing in the hospital bed. Brother, you're dead. You're dying. Go peacefully. I don't know if I need to explain the rules. It's the second time you've been in this competition in like 14 years. Here's the basics. When the aggregate score is set in motion with 5 minutes to go in the second leg, that is the score that you need to reach. It's not the 2-2 that you're looking for. I feel like in the last 60 seconds, these men are still doing long throws. These men are still busting along. These still men are believing. Brothers, the game's gone. Not gone on a technical level. The game is literally gone. You already ruined it on a technical level in the first half. The game is now gone. If you get an equaliser in the Parc des Princes, that doesn't mean you get to extra time. I'm just laying down the basics for you, just in case you're confused. I saw Sakov getting a bit angry. The chance, listen, you got your goal, credit to you, but that second miss, woy. That second miss, open goal. Bikayo, listen, it's unfortunate for you. It's unfortunate. These things happen. But like I said, too little, too late. And you came today, dirty tactics, dirty, any means necessary. And listen, if you didn't clown my club back in the day for being boring Chelsea, maybe I'd have some sympathy. But you guys were meant to be the trailblazers, the flicky, the flacky, the tippy-tappy, the back heels. So I'm a little bit confused. Your identity crisis, midlife crisis is happening before me. If I get my crystal ball out, I detect insecurity. You know, I think it's time to get back to your old ways. At least we were entertained. But anyway, thank you so much for participating in the Champions League this season. As another season goes by with no majors. Yes, you can go again next year. Yes, you can. Believe. Trust in the process. My club, this is your last warning. I'm not going to keep doing this shit. I probably will. But I would like to not have to. If you could just buck up your ideas this summer, just win that nasty Conference League, get Champions League, and be there when it counts next season, where you need to be to at least fight on an even playing field from a pitch standpoint, not a money spent standpoint. That would be fantastic. That would be magnificent. Because I'm tired of learning languages. I've now learned Spanish and French in the last month. I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I've learned Scouse. I've learned all sorts. Things that I never thought I'd learn. They'll never see the things we saw. You know, Champions League, only team in London. It is what it is. But I'm just saying, please deliver next season for me, because I'm tired. I'm exhausted. But you wouldn't know it, because that skincare routine is kicking in, baby. Listen, job done. I'm going to go eat my baguette. I'm going to go break bread, get a glass of wine, and we'll see you next year, hopefully, if we handle our business. Till then, ta-ta, toodaloo. In a bit, people. Peace.